I think philosophy can affect our Freudian psychology. Like it can affect our unconscious responses. If your philosophy leads you towards quality news, then there's no reason to worry about being led towards biased news. I guess the problem is not that certain philosophies lead people towards biased news, but certain ways of life lead people to suppress their philosophies. Here's an argument I've heard about confirmation bias. It scares me that the misinformation posted on the internet might be working again like it did 4 years ago. There are people who stay up into the wee hours of the night, surfing and being purposefully directed to sites that support an unscientific agenda. Arg! Visit the Johns Hopkins website if you want scientifically unbiased COVID info. My response: I'm purposefully directed to a lot of good stuff because I have the choice. Confirmation bias is not a concern if you question everything, which is something that several systems like the mainstream media have taught people to not do. I can see how it would be a concern for people who grew up without choice, like with TV, but it's an irrelevant argument against my generation. The internet gives people the freedom to decide between every choice ever recorded, as long as it's recorded. I'm giving Johns Hopkins the benefit of the doubt, but just because something is scientifically proven doesn't mean it's morally correct. We neuter pets to keep the population under control, but it confuses their instincts with several perversions of nature. When it comes to authority on coronavirus, would you trust a scientist more than a philosopher? I trust them equally, but I use science as the means to philosophy's ends. If everyone deserves to live, then we use science to meet that goal. Science is not the end. The mainstream media tries to convince us that they're the top of the social hierarchy, with us and independent news lower than them. That's not making us fear a slap on the wrist. That's making us fear that we lose something when we lose them.
NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset.
Is there not something to replace them? I think we have that freedom of choice, but the mainstream media doesn't want us to make our own decisions. Do we have the choice to not trust Fauci's authority? Do we have the choice to stop lockdowns? Does pain make choices impossible? Does escaping pain not cause more pain? The annoying thing is that the people who are scared of confirmation bias are people who only see situations from one side.